all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. So in this video, we are going to understand how to create Pipedrive person on Razorpay payment and notify team on Google Chat. So are you also using Razorpay to sell your products online or to get your appointments? Then this video is definitely for you. So here I'm doing the same. I'm running a skin clinic and we get our appointments with the help of our Razorpay. So now what I want is that as soon as a new payment is captured in my Razorpay, which is as soon as the new appointment is booked, automatically with the help of the same details, a new person should be created in my Pipedrive, and also my team on Google Chat should be notified about the new appointment. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Razorpay, Pipedrive and Google Chat. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to understand how to create Pipedrive person on Razorpay payment and notify team on Google Chat. So as you know that I'm running a skincare clinic, and in my skincare clinic, managing appointment effectively is a crucial for providing excellent patient care. So when a patient books an appointment and makes a payment through Razorpay, I want to set up this automation. So what happens is that as soon as the payment is captured, automatically with the help of the same details, a new person should be created in my Pipedrive, which helps us to keep a track of their appointment and follow-up needs. And at the same time, our team receives a notification on Google Chat with all the relevant appointment details. So this ensures that our staff is immediately aware of the new booking and can prepare accordingly, leading to better organization and improved patient service. So to do all of this, I have simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And as soon as we are going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account, and now it is opening my dashboard. And to start with the automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder. It says automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to create Pipedrive person on Razorpay payment and notify team on Google Chat. And then we are going to click on create, and as soon as we are going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. And to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for the trigger application, I'm going to select it as Razorpay right over here because I want that as soon as the new appointment is booked with the help of Razorpay, automatically my workflow should be triggered. And now for the trigger event, we are going to select it as payment captured, and as soon as we are going to do this, it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Razorpay account and our Pabbly's workflow. So first I'm going to copy this webhook URL, and then we are going to follow this help text, and it is saying log into your Razorpay account. So I'm going to open my Razorpay account, and now from the left sidebar we are going to go on developers, and as soon as we are going to go on developers, over here you can see API and webhooks. So I'm going to go on webhooks, and then we are going to go on add new webhook right over here, and now it is asking me for the webhook URL. So we are going to paste the URL we copied from our workflow. It is asking me for the secret, so if you wish you can definitely add a secret right over here, but I'm going to leave it as blank as this is not the required field. And now it is asking me for the alert email, so I'm going to keep it as this only. And now it is asking me for the active events. So over here you can see that in the help text it is saying now select the payment captured from the active events section. So we have to select payment captured right over here, and then we are going to click on create webhook, and as soon as we are going to click on create webhook, you can see webhook saved successfully. So this means that we have successfully connected our Razorpay account with our Pabbly's workflow. But over here you can see that it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission/record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission, and in order to do this test test submission, what we are going to do is I'm going to put my Razorpay account. We're going to go on payment pages. So I'm going to show you all the payment pages that I've created, but I'm going to create this automation for this, which is appointment for skin doctor. So I'm going to open this, and over here you can see the page URL. So I'm going to copy this, and then we are going to open this in a new tab. We're going to do the test submission and book an appointment as demo user. So for the email, I'm going to keep it as demo user 22@pabblytunes.com. For the phone, I'm going to keep it as this only. It is saying preferred date for the appointment, so I'm going to select it as 1st of September. And now it is saying consultation time preferences, so I'm going to select it as 12, and then it is saying first name, I'm going to keep it as demo, last name as user. Over here you can see the consultation fees, so I'm going to click on pay 300, and as soon as we are going to click on pay 300, you can see that it is asking me for the payment options. So I'm going to select the card. I'm going to enter the card details right over here. We are going to enter the CVV, and then we are going to click on continue, and after clicking on continue, it is going to send us the OTP. So I'm going to enter the OTP right over here, and after entering the OTP, again we are going to click on continue, and as soon as we are going to click on continue, it is saying confirming payment. So we are going to wait for a few seconds, and as soon as we are going to wait for a few seconds, yes, you can see payment successful. So yes, with this we have successfully booked an appointment and successfully completed our payment and also our test submission. So now what does this means is that Razorpay has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. So I'm going to put my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response or not. So I'm going to open my workflow, and yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response A. You can see all the details that we entered. You can see the time, you can see the email, you can see the first name, last name, you can see the date and the phone number that we entered. Also, you can see the payment method, which is card. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and now we are going to move on towards our action step. But before moving on towards our action step, you saw that I have multiple pages right over here in my Razorpay, but I only want to create this automation for this, which is appointment for skin doctor. So that's why I'm going to add a filter condition right over here so that I can create this automation only for a single payment page. So I'm going to search for filter right over here. So I'm going to select this, which is a feature by Pabbly, which helps you to add conditions in your workflow. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as filter values, and then we are going to click on connect. And as soon as we're going to do so, it is asking me to select the label, filter type and value. So I'll just let you know that while receiving the response from the Razorpay, we don't receive the name of the payment page. So let's suppose that the payment page name over here was appointment for skin doctor, but we haven't received it in our response. So how are we going to add the filter right over here? So you're going to add the filter with the help of our amount. So I've kept the amount of this payment page different from another. So I'm going to select amount right over here as my label, and we are going to add the filter condition based on the amount only. So I'm going to look for amount right over here. I'm going to search for it, and as you can see, 30,000, which is 30000. But as you can see that our amount was 300.00. But you must be wondering that why the decimal value has been eliminated right over here. So while capturing the response from Razorpay, it automatically gets eliminated right over here, which is the decimal value. So you have to select 30,000 only right over here. And now for the filter type, we are going to keep it as equals to. And now for the value, we are going to enter it as this only, because this is the same amount it is showing right over here. And after doing this, we are going to click on save and send test request. And as soon as we are going to click on save and send test request, yes, you can see message condition is true. Yes, because the amount of a response is 300 or 30,000 right over here. If we eliminate the decimal, that's why it is showing condition is true. But let's suppose that another payment page payment is made, suppose 599 or 999, then this workflow will not continue further because the amount will not match. So yes, with this we have successfully added this filter step, and now we are going to add the main action step right over here, which is Pipedrive. So I'm going to search for Pipedrive and create a person right there with the same details. So I'm going to search for it, and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as create a person, and then we are going to click on connect. And as soon as we are going to click on connect, you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Pipedrive account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the API token. So over here, to get the API token, we are going to follow the help text, and it is saying to get the API token, log into your Pipedrive account and click on the profile icon at the right top corner. Then proceed to personal preferences and then API. So to do this, I'm going to open my Pipedrive account, and after opening this, you have to go on this profile picture, and then we are going to go on personal preferences. And now over here you can see API, so we are going to go on API right over here, and over here you can see your personal API token. So I'm going to copy this right from here, and then we are going to paste it over here in our workflow. And after pasting this, we are going to click on save, and as soon as we are going to click on save, yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Pipedrive account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the name. So as you can see that we are going to map the name. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Razorpay as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our previous application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm going to give you an example that over here it is asking me for the name, right? So let's suppose that I'm going to enter demo user right over here manually. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I have entered it manually. But if you are going to map it from the previous response, suppose I'm going to look for name, and as you can see the first name, we are going to map it, put a space and then map the last name. So if you are going to map this from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. And now it is asking me for the label. So if you wish, you can definitely select a label. I'm going to select it as customer right over here. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the phone. So I'm going to map the phone number. I'm going to look for the phone number right over here in my previous response. I'm going to search for it. And as you can see the same, so we are going to map it. We are going to map the email too. I'm going to search for it and then we are going to map the email. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the organization, owner, visible too. So as you can see, all of these are not the required fields. So I'm going to leave it as blank. Again, it is asking me for the first name, last name and labels. So as you can see that I've entered the full name right over here. So I'm going to leave this also blank. And now after filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on save and send test request. So if you wish, you can definitely fill the rest of the details too. And as soon as we are going to click on save and send test request, yes, you can see that with the help of the same email address and the details, we have successfully created a new Pipedrive person. So I'm going to open my Pipedrive account and check for the new person created with the help of this positive response. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Pipedrive account, and as soon as we are going to open it, we are going to go on the left sidebar and then the contacts. And as soon as we are going to go on contacts, yes, you can see a new person created. Over here you can see the name, demo user. You can see the label which we entered, which was customer. You can see we haven't entered the organization, and the email which we entered, also the phone number. So yes, with this we have successfully completed this action step, and now we are going to add another action step. So what I want is I want to notify my team on Google Chat about the new appointment. So for that, I'm going to search Google Chat right over here, and as you can see the same, so we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as create message and then click on connect. And as soon as we are going to do this, it is asking me for the chat webhook URL. So in order to get this, we are going to follow this help text again. It is saying enter your Google Chat room webhook URL here. So over here you can see that there's a hyperlink of learn more. So we are going to click on this learn more to get step-by-step guide how we can get this webhook URL. So over here you can see that you can follow the steps to get the webhook URL. So I'm going to open my Google Chat right from here, and it is saying open the space. And now after we have to go on this drop down, and as you can see space settings, so we are going to go on this, and then we have to go on apps and integrations. And as you can see apps and webhooks, so we have to go on webhooks. And as you can see that I've already added a webhook right over here, but I'm going to add a new. So I'm going to click on add webhook, and as soon as we are going to click on add webhook right over here, it is asking me for the name. So let's suppose that I'm going to keep it as testing, and now it is saying avatar URL. So if you wish, you can definitely add an avatar URL, but it is not the required field. So I'm going to leave it as blank and click on save. And as soon as we are going to do this, yes, you can see that we have successfully created a webhook testing. So I'm going to copy this URL right from this three dots and then copy link, and then we are going to paste it right over here in our workflow. And now after adding the chat webhook URL, it is asking me for the message. So I want the message to be this: new appointment alert. You can see the details of the patient. Please make sure to prepare for the appointment and review any special requirements. So here you can see the details are blank. So we are going to map these details right over here again. So I'm going to look for name, and as you can see the first name and last name. So we are going to map demo, put a space and then user. Same we are going to do for the email also. I'm going to look for email right over here, and as you can see demo user 22@pabblytuts.com. So we are going to map it. We are going to map the phone too. I'm going to look for it. We are going to map it. We are going to map the preferred date. I'm going to look for date, and as you can see the same, so we are going to map it. We are going to map the time too. I'm going to look for it, and as you can see time, so we are going to map it. And after doing all of this, we are going to click on save and send test request, and as soon as we are going to click on save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully sent a new message to our Google Chat space. So I'm going to open it and check for the new message sent. So I'm going to open it, and yes, you can see new appointment alert. You can see the patient name, the email, the phone number, the preferred date and the time preference, and the rest of the message is same. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, but I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my payment page again, and we are going to do another test submission with another details. So for the email, I'm going to keep it as testuser22@pabblytuts.com. For the phone number, I'm going to keep it as this. Preferred date as, let's suppose, 5th of September. For the time, I'm going to keep it as 11. It is saying first name test, last name user, and then the consultation fee. And then we're going to click on pay 300 right over here. And now we're going to select the payment method, enter the card details, the CVV, and click on continue. And now again, we are going to get the OTP. So I'm going to enter the OTP again right over here. And after entering it, we are going to click on continue, and as soon as we are going to click on continue, you can see submitting OTP. So we are going to wait for a few seconds right over here, and yes, you can see payment successful. So yes, we have successfully did another test submission with the new details. So now what this means is that Razorpay has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further created a new Pipedrive person, and also notified my team on Google Chat about the new appointment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my Pipedrive and Google Chat and check for the details added there. But this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I'll directly open my Pipedrive right from here, and we are going to look. Yes, you can see test user over here. You can see the email that we entered, and you can also see the label and the phone number that we entered. We are going to open our Google Chat, and yes, you can see new appointment alert. You can see the patient name, email, phone number, preferred date that we entered, time preference. So yeah, these details have changed because we mapped it, and yes, we can send personalized messages every time because of this mapping. So yes, successfully we have completed our workflow, and I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. So for a trigger application, we selected Razorpay. For the trigger event, we selected payment captured. For the action application, we selected filter because I only wanted to create this automation for a single page. And then again, for the action application, we selected Pipedrive and Google Chat Hangout because I wanted that as soon as a new payment is captured in my Razorpay account, automatically with the help of the same payment details, a person should be created in my Pipedrive, and also my team on Google Chat should be notified. So yeah, this automation ensures that our staff is immediately aware of the new booking and can prepare accordingly, leading to better organization and improved patient services. And over here you can see that the two Pipedrive contacts I created during this video with the help of my workflow, and over here you can see the two messages I sent to my Google Chat space. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video, and for your reference I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access it. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.